What's up, Transformers fans? I'm Mondo, the Dad Bottomist Prime himself, and this is a Moonbase 84 transmission. The first two episodes of the Transformers Cyberworld cartoon dropped this past weekend, and I wanted to share my thoughts on it. Much like the 5-minute runtime of the episodes, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but also wanted to warn you that there will be potential spoilers. So if you haven't checked out the show yet, head over to the Transformers official YouTube channel where the series airs and check it out, and then come back to this video if you don't want anything ruined. Those of you that watch the channel know that I'm not big on the Cyberworld toys, judging them purely on product shots, so likewise, I wasn't very hyped for the Cyberworld cartoon. My interest for the latter peaked, however, after I checked out the teaser trailer. After watching that, I began to think that maybe there was something there when it came to the cartoon. I've watched the first two episodes several times now, which is easy to do given the 5-minute run times for each, to formulate and decide what my overall opinion of the show is at this early stage. I think the easiest way for me to do this is by breaking down my thoughts into categories, and I'm going to start with animation and design. Overall, I'm really liking both the simplistic and colorful designs of the environments and the characters. Combined with the smooth animation, the show is really nice to look at. I especially like the animations of the fire and smoke effects, where they blend in a bit of cel shading to make those effects really pop. Talking character designs, again, I like the simplicity of them. They're not all bogged down with detail and overcomplicated to appeal more to kids, which is who this show is really for. I'm not opposed to more detailed character models, but what I'm saying is that the character models for this show fit in the environments that they are in perfectly. I also wanted to note that where the Wild King anime pretty much animated the toys one for one, Cyberworld takes liberties in that area because the toys just can't pull off how the characters move in the show. I'm happy that they took those liberties because the show would have suffered if they went the Wild King route. As for the characters, in the first two episodes we meet Optimus Prime, Grimlock, Bumblebee, Megatron, and Scorponok. Character-wise, we don't get to see much of Scorponok's personality yet. He is big and imposing, so much so that when Prime encounters him, he decides he'll be better off just getting out of Dodge. As for Prime, it is so refreshing that we get a more lighthearted take on him. I've been getting very worn out by the ultra-stoic Prime that we've been getting so much of over the years. Cyberverse and Earthspark have been exceptions to this, but not the norm. I like it when Primes party a bit. I will say, in that when we first met Prime in the show, I was afraid that he was too lighthearted, but overall, I don't think that will be the case. Shifting to my boy Grimlock, I don't care that he sounds Russian. I actually love it. To me, the accent gives him a bit of flair. Cyberworld Grim is really cool. He's everything I like to see in this type of characterization of Grimlock, meaning when he's depicted like his G1 version. He's a powerful force to reckon with, and his dim-witted personality could lead to some very funny moments. Originally, I didn't like how he had his T-Rex head for a hand. I think that design should stay with Beast Wars Megatron, but as long as that design stays just with Cyberworld, I'm okay with it. I especially liked the Jurassic Park nod that we got when Grimlock was chasing Prime. Now we get to Bumblebee, and I have to say that so far, I'm not a fan. I'm having trouble thinking of exactly why, but he's not vibing with me. If anything, so far, he's just annoying to me. Kids might like him, but so far I don't. Last but not least, we have Megatron. Ever since we saw that first look of Megatron's Cyberworld design, I've been a fan. I really like when they switch up Megatron's design series to series. It used to be a fun thing that they did before settling on his gray G1/Evergreen style. It's cool to see him switched up again. I'd like to see it continue. To me, it was just a fun nuance within Transformers. In Cyberworld, he is a mega bull, and I like his color scheme. Character-wise, like Prime, he is toned down a bit because, again, kids show. But not to the point he's comical. He's still the big bad, and you know it. He does have a tad bit of a fun side that we get to see when he's competing against Bumblebee in the Target game, but it's not overdone. So, we have a nice looking, vibrant world with overall good takes on the characters, but how's the story? Where Wild King's quote-unquote story is, look at these cool toys beating the crap out of each other, go buy them now. Cyberworld looks to have a more substantial story so far. Just remember, your mileage may vary on how you ultimately view the story as it plays out. Again, this is for kids. From all of the promotional materials and the first looks at the toys, we guessed that the story would have a video game aspect to it, and we weren't wrong. As soon as we meet Prime, he says he has a firmware update. This leads to him getting a very video game style hub that we see when the character's view switches to first person. This HUD comes complete with health bar and what appears to be a character level. I didn't notice this before, mainly because I didn't watch them, but the character bios that were shown leading up to the cartoon's debut are patterned after a game's character select screen. When Prime first meets Grimlock, Grimlock attacks Prime because Prime takes the Energon pickup that Grim's been waiting around for. And the bulk of episode 2 is Bumblebee and Megatron competing in a target blasting challenge where the winner receives Energon. Lastly, if you blink then you'll miss it, you notice the characters lose little Energon cubes when they take damage. I'm not sure how I personally feel about this direction because it's too early on in the series. I will say that the first 2 episodes left me wanting to know more, like how did everyone get to this world? Who is behind bringing them there? And overall, where is this going? Of course, that's what a good show does. It leaves you wanting more, so you'll tune into the next episode to see what happens next. Much like the Wild King anime, Cyberworld is not the Transformers show I was hoping for, but so far I think it's a fun little show that has promise. Promise when you put it into proper perspective. This show is made for kids and is packaged in a way to be appealing to the kids of today. Kids today are all about video games and their devices more so than traditional cartoons. Cyberworld's direction is an attempt by Hasbro to keep Transformers alive for years to come by adjusting to how kids play and take in media. Time will tell if this strategy succeeds. As for this big kid, I'm interested in how this series plays out while crossing my fingers that something more for me gets announced soon, like the rumored Energon Universe series. This video was a bit longer than I expected, so I apologize for that, but that's my opinion on Transformers Cyberworld through the first 2 episodes. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thanks for docking.